Hello there and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. Today is Tuesday the 4th of April 2023 and I'm here to do your card reading. My name is Karen, my website karentinny.co.uk. You can email me karen@karentinny.co.uk. I'm recording this a little bit later than usual, so we'll have to see how the energy goes. I had a jam-packed morning and early afternoon. So now it's gone 20 to 5, so it's a little bit later than usual and I have just had my dinner. So it might be slightly different energy-wise with the reading, but because the time has changed here, we still have a glorious day outside. It's just super, super bright. Sun is shining, there isn't a cloud in the sky, so it is really awesome and I managed to get out in that earlier today. I'm here to do tarot, so I'm going to do that for you now. Most of my tarot readings are on YouTube or for entertainment, but you can take sorry, still a little tickle when I talk, which is a bit annoying because I'm going to be talking, but I do sort of serious tarot readings, but these readings here on YouTube are for your entertainment. They're just something to give you an idea of the energy in the week. Just trying to breathe down into my belly just to calm that reaction. Just take nice deep breaths and sink all the weight and the energy down into the belly, and that's where you feel secure, that's where you feel grounded, that's where you can sit into your power. So we'll pull some cards. I've got a few different decks here. So this is the tarot that I usually use for the card readings. So that is the Juliet Sharman-Burke tarot. It's just the one I use for the YouTube. And I've got some other decks here as well, which I'll use for clarification. And I'm just going to try and mix them up a little bit more. You know, just really get a good mix on the cards, just shove them in everywhere. Because sometimes when you shuffle you might not get, and this usually means that, you know, it's getting the cards in the right order that's important. My camera has just gone, but hopefully not for you. I used to do that a lot, but let's hope that's it now. The windows are open, so if you hear cars or planes or things like that, just don't worry about it. Hope you're all well, hope you're enjoying this, which is Easter week, coming into Easter weekend. Hope you've got lots of nice things planned. Many of you are on holiday or your children are on holiday, so hopefully they're going to get some nice respite and play activity, which is so important for children. There was a research done, and I think it was for murderers that were in prison, and the thing that all of them had in common was that they didn't play when they were young. So play is vital, and playing with your children is vital. It is just so important to their development, and it is such, you know, it's how you learn, how you discover, you know, when you're outside and you're rooting through nature, you know, it's how you learn about life and the tactile nature of nature and everything that you can sort of touch and smell with the flowers and the blossoms and the trees and just all of that energy, even the bees. I'm seeing the bees dancing around outside, so it's just all this aliveness that is around at the moment. It's really lovely if they can get outside and get some of that out of the classroom and into the open air. Okay, so I'm just going to do another slight little shuffle here. And then I'm going to ask for three or four cards. Can we have three or four? Oh, one. Okay. 3 or 4 cards more, please. 3 or 4 cards more, please. Oh, that's another one. Okay. And I've mixed the major and the minor arcana in this one. Don't know what that one is yet. And often when I do readings, like proper tarot readings, I don't mix them, so I deal them separately. So I'll deal separately. So I'll have like your major with a minor, and that's how I read on a tarot. So it's a very particular spread. This is kind of just ad lib, you might say. So the first card today, so let's get on with it, not keep you waiting. The first card today is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is all about patience. It's all about waiting. Although this is the way he is, and you can see that he's upside down. So he's looking at things from a different angle. He's in limbo, you might say. But he is sort of held up with these strong structures, that wood element, that growth, that strength. You know, it's like the strong oak. It has grown and it is stable and it is rooted into the earth and it is able to hold him. But it came upside down. So we're going to read this, that the period of waiting is over. You are no longer going to have to wait. You may still feel that attached to something. You may feel that there is still a connection to the waiting period or of being patient. So there might be a little bit of patience that is still required as you move forward. Not everything is going to flood in at once. So there might be different elements that come in at a certain time. But you can see here that he is also balancing on one foot. So there's perhaps a balancing or a juggling act that will be going on as well. So a need to balance things in your life. And that may be coming in for you, that as this new adventure moves forward and as you step forward with patience and understanding and your ability to wait for things to come in their own good time, as long as it's moving forward, that just to remember to remain balanced as well. Not to dive in too much, not to dive in too forward, because then you come out of your body and you're too forward. So you have to come back into your back. You have to come back into your settled space within, which is deep in your belly, in your center point, in your core, in that seated place where you feel powerful. He's happy. His head is in the air. It is a bit like the Fool card. If you've got my newsletter, you will have got an image of the Fool card. Pardon me, which has this kind of head up in the air because you're just off in this adventure. So it would say to me that, yeah, the period of waiting is over, so you're about to step off into this adventure. And the hint of the adventure is the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is a romantic relationship. The Nine of Cups is a love card. The Nine of Cups is coming together for emotional fulfillment. And it has all these pillars here as well. So these pillars are showing that there's good structure here, that there's good foundations that are built, and that this relationship could be a very important pillar in your life. They're coming together as equals. They're coming together in a romantic sense, and they're agreeing to be together for this period. They are in love. They are lovingly looking at each other. They're embracing. So they're passionate about each other. They are in adoration of each other. The table is laden with fruits and flowers. So it is this blossoming of this new relationship, blossoming of this romance. If you're in a relationship already, this can be a new cycle within that relationship. So it can be a blossoming within a relationship that suddenly you're seeing each other again. You're seeing each other with fresh eyes. Suddenly you feel that attraction again to that person, and perhaps a different depth. Perhaps something has changed, or you've gone through some event together and it's reconnecting you. It's sort of reestablishing, what you have built all along. There's great trees here, so it's, what has grown already. And the period of waiting is over. So you are moving forward into this commitment. Okay. So this is the card I didn't see. So it's the Star, which is one of the best cards ever. And the Star can be about healing, it can be about therapies, it can be about a little bit of stardom, about stepping out and being seen by the world and sort of embracing what you do. She's naked here, so she's showing herself to the world. She's not in hiding anymore. Those of us who have certain gifts, psychic gifts or intuitive gifts or healing gifts, often we keep them to ourselves for a long time. So in this, she's naked, so she is bearing all. So she's telling the world, this is who I am. She is pouring from one well to the next. There is water pouring out here. So there can be a gushing of emotions as well, and perhaps having to deal with certain emotions. Perhaps a certain amount of counselling or therapy might come into this. And you can see the stork here in the background. The stork in the tree, again, rebirth. So there's a newness coming in. So this new relationship or new view of a relationship, could be a current relationship, has this energy of babies, perhaps. So there might be conception or pregnancy with this, or birth of a child. But there is this, when the stork brings the baby, in the saying, it's a celebration. It's a moving into a more positive feeling. And you can see that the butterfly here will point to transformation. So butterfly is a symbol of transformation. It is a period where perhaps you were cocooned, you were waiting, you weren't ready to step out. And now you feel ready to step out in this new relationship and be seen to be in this new relationship. And perhaps you're having to go through some sort of therapy or counselling or even healing. This can be a healing that you're moving through in order to be able to devote yourself and commit yourself again and to step forward. And as well, I would say it's a connection to the cosmic world. So astrologically wise, is that word? Astrologically? The universe, the stars, the cosmos, the planets are all moving in a particular way. And I think we have Mars, which is quite predominant at the moment. And Mars is, women are from Venus, men are from Mars. So it's this powerful yang type energy. It can cause war and destruction, but it can be passionate and liberating and strong and determined. And it's that point where, perhaps you see someone and you haven't said hello, and then Mars energy comes in and you're able to speak. You're able to step forward. You're able to ask somebody out. You're able to make that connection because you've got the fire of the Mars behind you. So, be aware of what's happening in the skies and the influences of the planets around you and on you. But certainly there is something that's being revealed, something that is being revealed, and it's positive. It is a good thing. Okay? The next card we have is the Chariot. The Chariot points to sort of taking up the reins of your life. So this really is a time to take over, to take control of what went wild, to bring yourself back into the lane that you want to move forward in. And you can see we've got a white horse and a dark horse. So there's a balancing act here. Again, there's a balancing of the light and the dark. There's a balancing of the yin and the yang, of when to step forward and when to receive, of knowing how to use that Mars energy to make a move, but then not to be overpowering, not to come too forward, and to bring it back a little, so that there can be this balance and to and fro between you. That's the best kind of relationship, because each person in a relationship, you don't have one in control the whole time. Each person will take control at different points. So it's that balance, that yin, that yang. And it can point to travel. It can point to traveling over land, so by car, by bike, by train, that type of thing. So there could be some travel. You might be moving in a new direction. And you can see here, the hat is blowing, the scarf is blowing behind him. So there might be speed coming in. You might be moving forward at quite a speed. And so to be aware to pull back on the reins when you need to, and then to move forward when you need to also. And be careful of things getting out of control. So sometimes you can lose control. So this is about taking the reins of your life. If things have felt out of control, maybe it's time to bring yourself back into a place of feeling more, I don't want to say control in the negative sense, but feeling more orderly, feeling more comfortable with how you set things out. If you plan certain things, then there's no room for things to go haywire. So taking the reins up in your life in that sense is making sure that, you know, you're okay, that things are set up, that things are in place, that there's no anxiety, there's no stress. Being prepared means it removes all of that stress and anxiety. So there is an element of maybe it's time to kind of organize yourself a little bit as well. And rein in, so you have your good side and your bad side. You have your devil and your angel. You have your light and your shadow. So perhaps rein that in a little bit if you feel that you are going too much of the sort of crazy world, or too much into overindulgence, or too much into negativity. Rein that back, pull that back in, bring balance again. Bring balance to that duality, that positive and negative, that yin and the yang. And the next card, which is the final tarot. So we're flying through this today. And I don't actually need a lamp or anything because the light is still, I think, pretty good. So hopefully you can see it okay. So the next card is the Magician. So this is the final one in our tarot. And the Magician points that you have everything that you need. So he is reaching up to the heavens here, and he is pointing down to the earth. So there's a sense of being connected to the heavens, but also bringing that down. So it can be intuitively bringing stuff down into the mind, and down either through channeling or through healing or through art or music or writing, whatever. So you have this connection that you're almost like this lightning bolt. So you're bringing that energy down to the earth, and it could be the power of the cosmos, which could be like the Mars energy, the fire, the power, the initiation, the ignition, and that ignites you and your whatever work you're doing or whatever you're moving forward in. And here it points to you having everything that you need. So you have the cups, you have the sword, you have the pentacles, you have the wands. So the wands are your creativity. You have enough creativity. The cups are full, and it is emotions, it is love. That emotional intelligence. You have the sword, which is your intellect, which is your intelligence, which is your ideas, your business, your thoughts are together. And the pentacles, which is your work. So you have work and effort and finances. So it's all coming together, and you can see this archway behind him is full of flowers and blossoming. So again, it can be springtime when the blossom comes out, but it's a sign of fertility, a sign of progression, a sign of you're no longer waiting for the buds to bloom. You know, the buds come in through the winter, you know, in the darkness, they come in, and suddenly you see them then in springtime, and you see them spring open with blooms and blossoms and scent. And so now is the time to do that. Look good, smell good. You know, step out knowing you're the magician. You can make magic in your life. You can create what you want. This is about creating, about manifesting. And that might mean stepping forward into something. That might mean taking a chance and expressing what you want with somebody. You know, you're not going to wait any longer. You've decided that you're going to, you know, step forward. Patience is over. No more waiting. And you can see it differently. You're looking at it differently. So you can step forward. And you've done your work. Perhaps you've done what you needed to do. You've healed the old wounds. You've balanced the energy. You've balanced the emotions. And you're ready to step out and transform like the butterfly, you know, from the cocoon to the butterfly. You have gone through this metamorphosis. You have changed. You're different. It's okay. You don't have to stay the same. People that think that, you know, oh, she's not the same person, or he's not the same, or... Thank goodness you're not the same. It would be awful if you lived a life and you stayed the same. You want to evolve, you want to change. And different periods of your life, you will have different interests, you have different appetites. So that's important that you allow yourself to change, to transform and evolve. And evolve in your tastes, and evolve in your needs, and evolve in your wants. And although that can cause pain sometimes, be true to that. Be true to that, because you are moving forward. And with great speed into this new existence, with great speed into this life, taking control of the dark and the light, managing them, organizing yourself, but you are moving forward. You have decided to claim your life, and this is claiming your life. This is saying that you're standing there and you're ready to make magic happen. So that's very positive. Today I also wanted to look at the we kept it going quite well without coughing. Next one are the angel cards, Doreen Virtue, Healing with the Angels, which I use now and again. If you've ever been on my Facebook, now and again you'll know that I just do a general card reading, and I'll get people to pick a number or pick a card, or I'll just shuffle a card for them and give them the details of that card in the comments. So do follow me on Facebook if you want to, and you might see that offer come up now and again. I don't do it all the time, but now and again when I just feel the pull to do it, it's almost like there's a message out there saying, okay, I think people might need a card today, or the energy speaks of me, energy speaks to me to do a card. So let's see, I might just do a quick shuffle and then take a couple from the top, unless any want to jump. Sometimes they jump, and I take jumpers in this. I don't take jumpers in my official tarot. That's not how I do that one. But yeah, as I say, I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying Easter vibes, and I hope the weekend will be a nice one for you. If you can spend it with family, wonderful. Or even when you're on your own, just use that time. You know, it's about the resurrection. It's about, you know, the phoenix rising again. It's about taking time to almost die inside and be reborn, right? That's kind of what this is saying, you know. It's time to be reborn, time to transform, transmute the old into the new, to come out of your chrysalis. Okay, bear with, I have to go get that. Okay, so 2 cards jumped out. I don't know what they are yet because they went face down. So I'm going to read those, and then I have another deck, and I might finish with a colour card as well. So I hope you're all staying with me. So the first card is signs. So look for the signs. Now, I've been playing a game with a couple of people I know, and the game I suggested was that to show that you're in alignment, to show that you're on the right path, to show that, you know, your energy is good today, correct today, ask for a sign. So you can have a question and you can go, you know, I'd like to know, should I go to Sainsbury's this week, you know, or should I go to Waitrose, right? Asda, Aldi, Lidl, whatever. And you can say, okay, if it's Sainsbury's, show me a sign. And look out for the sign, but don't look obviously like everywhere every 2 minutes. Wait, it'll come, the sign will come. And so you can have a personal question, and you can say, okay, if this is correct, if I'm going in the right direction, if this is the direction you want me to go in, if the thing that I'm working on is the right thing that I should be working on and I should stop worrying about it, show me a sign. And you can ask for a specific thing. And sometimes that's a lot of fun, because you ask for a specific image, and it can be anything, and the more random the better. And then if you're in the right way, if the answer is correct, if they're in agreement as to you stepping forward in this direction, you will see the sign, you will get your answer. And so you might want to use it for different ways of receiving confirmation. If you feel, I don't feel this is right, am I making a mistake? I feel I need, you know, your intuition might be telling you that doing this thing is probably not such a good idea. So set up a signpost. So if you get the feedback from the universe, you know that they're saying, trust yourself, what you're getting is right. So set it up in a way that you understand the meaning of the sign, but request something specific and watch it turn up for you. It's very interesting. It's a lot of fun. Many people who are on the psychic journey often have repetitive images, repetitive numbers, repetitive signs, even just reading like a billboard or a bus that might pass with an ad, or number plates, or you might be drawn to a page in a book, you might be drawn to watch a certain video, you might be drawn to watch a TV program, you might be drawn to walk down a different road than you usually walk down. All these different things are ways of putting you in the position so you can see, so you can receive the sign. And then when you do receive it, don't dismiss it. Many people, oh no, it's nothing, it's not real. It is. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to work with you in a way that you can. Spirit often works in visual ways. So they give you pictures, they'll give you ideas, they'll give you scenarios, they'll give you words that you might see. And signs is certainly one to look out for. So as you step forward into this new beginning, heaven is sending you signs. And that points you in the right direction. So be open. Set a sign. Set something as in what you want to see. So you decide what it is. It can be like, Smarties, or you can go out and see the street cleaner, or you might go out and somebody might hand you, some fruit, or maybe you'll have a specific word that you see on products. So whatever it is, get it in your head and then just go around your day like normal, and suddenly it'll start appearing for you. As long as that is sort of answering your question, if you know what I mean. And the next one is friendships. So friendship card is lovely. It means that new friendships are coming into your life. This can mean that old friendships are passing by and passing away. We often, as we evolve, have to leave our friends behind for a bit. But we can also reconnect to friendships. I've done a lecture once, and it was talking about everyone it was quite a sort of a spiritually minded lecture. And the gentleman who was talking was saying, it is good to have people in your friendship groups from all walks of life. What if you were just sitting with your only spiritually evolving friends? You would miss so much from other people and the gifts that other people can give you. So don't lock off your friendships to one aspect. Be okay with having a wide range of friends from all different walks of life, because they'll all have something to give you and teach you. And true friendship, I don't know, it's just almost feels like it's hard to find these days. I don't know, but it is wonderful when you can have friends who have stuck by you and stayed with you. And even though you don't see each other for years and years or months and months, you can reconnect and they can be there, and they're just human beings. And you're just a human being, and you're just allowing a supportive energy between you. You enjoy each other's company. You like hanging out in their vibration. You like being around them. You like when they come to visit you. You enjoy visiting them. So friendship is a lovely vibration. It is a lovely sharing. It is non-judgmental. It is non-condescending. Your friend will tell you straight if they think you're going down the wrong way, and that's advice, that's support. But it is this support that you will feel, this connectedness, this that somebody sees you. Like Avatar, I see you. And I'm here. Just to be there for a friend as well. Often people might need to reach out or, speak to somebody or express something, and just to be able to do that with a friend who doesn't judge and doesn't try and fix it, but listens to you and accepts you and embraces you. So rekindling old friendships is a lovely thing. It takes guts and it takes courage, especially if you've lost touch for a while. But also new friendships are coming in. So new people are going to be entering your life, which might be alongside sort of where you are now. So keep old friendships alive, but also embrace new people coming in, because we're always moving forward. We're always meeting new people all of the time. Get out into the world. We're no longer in lockdown. Get out into the world and meet new people, preferably through activities that are life supportive. So not necessarily, out clubbing all the time. It can be like walking, activities, sport, adventure, exhibitions, music performances, poetry performances, just gatherings that are a bit more authentic, a bit more creative, a bit more exciting, a bit more and sometimes as well, it's good to try something different, to go somewhere new, to turn up to an event, unsure, maybe a bit awkward about what it's going to bring you, and just see how it feels, and just see what develops, and who you meet, and perhaps you were meant to collaborate with somebody that you meet now in this new place. So be aware of that new energy coming in that supportive, non-judgmental, like-minded vibration. There's also a couple of doves here, and they're kind of like kissing there. I don't know if you can see that. But so that could be a love relationship that comes through a friendship. So the sign is pointing to your friendship. Perhaps there's someone that you are friends with who is going to bring in that love vibration, who's going to bring the loving doves together. And you can imagine there's the little cupids with the little... It's one of those, it's not a guitar, but it's one of those string instruments. And we also, God, I'm only noticing this now, we do have Cupid, so the little bow and arrow here. So Cupid is about to shoot the bow and arrow, perhaps to someone that you're a friend with, and to look out for that sign, because there's a sign coming in, that perhaps there's someone in your friendship circle who will be this new love. You won't have to, oh my goodness, you won't have to wait around anymore. And you're actually, when you turn the Hanged Man upside down, you're looking at it in a different way. So you're looking at this friend in a different way. So this emotional commitment, fulfillment, the pillars of friendship possibly have held that strong. And you've probably been through a lot together. You've probably know each other's ups and downs and trials and tribulations. And, you probably have been quite vulnerable with a friend. And so it's saying, we are moving forward at speed. Hold the reins, because we are moving. We are on our way. This is manifested for you. This relationship has manifested. So look out for the signs, because it could be somebody in your friendship zone. Very interesting. Right, now I'm going to go for, this is my birthday deck, which I got for my birthday, which I love. And it is the Priestesses of Light, or the Priestess of Light Oracle. And they are super, super nice. That's Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. Beautiful deck with amazing drawings. So just give that a little shuffle to see if that can give us any confirmation on what I've been getting there. I thought I hit pause there because my mouse is there, but it's fine, it's still recorded. Okay. I'm interested in what this means. I'm interested in what this has to tell us. Come on, Priestess of Light. Inform us of what we need to know. Okay. And I'll go for another because we're on 34. So, Priestess of Light, can you inform us of what we need to know? One more card, please. Okay, it's 4 cards. I think I'll go again. Priestess of Light. Give us the card, please. Just the one. Priestess of Light. Give us the card. Thank you. Okay. So I know the first one, don't know the second one. The first one is, oh, my tummy, clairvoyance. Inspiration, interpretation, trust. So could be the palm, because we've just had Palm Sunday. She's kind of like scrying, you know, when you're looking into water and you are trying to read the future, you're trying to get a vision. So you can get visions and you can look at something and, you know, your mind can bring it together in a certain way, but like tea leaves maybe. So there's this clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is clear seeing. So basically anyone who has clairvoyance is able to see spirit. Or you might say energies or energy or beings, like beings, cosmic beings, galactic beings. So I'm clairvoyant, I can see. A lot of clairvoyance works out of the third eye. She has her head covered here. Often when I do healing, you don't see me when I'm doing distance healing, but often I do cover my head when I'm doing a healing, and I sit like this. There's just something sacred about that. And when I'm doing a healing at home for someone at distance, I'll often have my head covered. Sorry, you saw my dodgy t-shirt there. So what do we want to say? And the branch is also new growth. So there might be, this is the signs as well, isn't it? So that you're starting to see signs, you're starting to see that something is growing, that something is about to blossom, that you've got the, you know, like a branch of something, but it's life, it's green, it's very green in that card. It stands out as fertile, healthy, growing. And it is seeing the future. So it is looking to the future, looking to the possibilities, trying to see, not trying to see, because clairvoyant isn't a trying to see, clairvoyant is a seeing. So when somebody comes into my space from the energetic realm, I can see them. People will ask, can you see them just like a normal person that you might see? I tend not to see them so solid. For me, it's almost like a watercolor. So if you know watercolors, it's you know, there's a structured piece on the paper or the canvas, but it's washed out in a certain way. It's diluted, so the image can feel a little diluted or a little see-through. But I see enough, and you grasp onto that thing. I'm just wondering why it's coming in here. I don't know what the next card is. But let's see if this makes any sense. I have to read it because I don't know these cards yet. Oh, Delphi. So Delphi is like, I think the Oracle of Delphi is like the medium. So there might be some mediumship stuff coming in for you, or maybe it's to do with you being a medium. The Oracle of Delphi gazes into her scrying bowl. That's what I said. So you can see the future in the water, patiently waiting for the images to take shape. So she has been waiting to see what comes. She knows a message is coming, so she remains peaceful and unafraid. There are 2 steps to her process, however. Once she receives the information, which often comes in the form of a riddle, and it can come like in images, like a story, like what's the word? Analogy. So once she receives that, then she must interpret the meaning. Now, often as someone who works in the psychic field, interpretation is a little bit, I wouldn't say I interpret, and particularly with mediumship, don't interpret. Say what you see. It's like catchphrase. Say what you see. When you see it, say it. Because there was a time where I was learning and I was seeing an image of somebody on a ship, on a sail ship with bunting, and they were waving goodbye and they were going off sort of to America. And that was the vibe, that was the story I was getting, that's what I was receiving. And so I said, did she like to travel? I think she enjoyed traveling. And they kind of went, and then, because that was me interpreting the image. Whereas when I explained what I was seeing, it made perfect sense to the person, because this woman had met a GI and then traveled back to America during the wartime. So that was much more clear when I explained exactly what I'm seeing. Whereas if I try and interpret, I'm putting my influence onto it to get a reasoning from it. But I think what they mean here is interpret can be simply seeing something and then expressing it. That's in my mind. That's from my study. The process applies to your intuitive experience as well. Whether you realize it or not, you do have the ability to receive important messages from spirit. Everyone does. You also have the wisdom to make accurate, I'm feeling a tapping on my head, accurate interpretations. This card is telling you it's time to let go of old doubts and open up to your own clairvoyant process. So everybody's awakening, the world is changing, we are moving into new earth, we're moving into fifth dimensional living. So all of you are going to be becoming aware of energy, psychic ability, intuition. You might get an idea and you might think, oh my God, I've got this feeling. Or you might, have a feeling that something bad is going to happen, or that, something has come up and you can, I just don't think I should do that. Or there's that work thing, isn't there, where you say, I should do it that way. Oh, it'll be fine. And then it comes back to bite you and you go, I knew I should have done it that way. Oh my goodness, why didn't I just take an extra 2 minutes and do it properly? So it says, like the oracle with her scrying bowl, you might find it helpful to use specific tools and techniques. Perhaps you will be called to read oracle cards or pursue mediumship. Whatever your intuitive abilities may take, let yourself be a trusting receiver. So I think that's a specific message for somebody out there who's thinking about developing their psychic abilities, and we're looking for a sign. This is the sign. Take your time interpreting the message. It may seem complex at first, like you're putting together pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, but if you relax and let go of the need to perform and the need to be right, soon the answers you seek will become clear. That's important, actually. It's not about getting it right. When you're in a situation where you're giving messages, you can feel a huge responsibility to bring forward something correct. But your job is just to read. Your job in mediumship is just to give the message. It is not for me to try and make it the right message for that person. It is not for me to, if they're wanting a specific direction or a specific message, that is not my job. My job is to express what I'm getting, what I'm giving. So I think that comes with experience and with time, and everyone's different, so people do it differently. But my job is to translate what I'm getting, and by translate I mean express, in the hopes that it makes sense to you. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. There is something you must know about your oracular powers. Oracular powers, not heard that before. There is no wrong seeing. Everything exists in energetic potential. As the energy changes, the outcomes you will see will change as well. Be open to receiving and patient in your interpretations. Trust yourself, for you are the oracle of your eternal life. And that's part of it as well. When you're moving forward into something with that energy of Mars behind you, possibly wanting to start a relationship or moving a friendship into a different area, and you have felt that and you have seen that and you have wanted that, and then if you get the sign to go for it, then that's your intuition working, that's your understanding, that's you're tapped in to somewhere where they're saying this is the right direction from you. So if you've needed that yes, go for it, this is your yes, go for it. Okay. And the next card is Wings of Light, become something new. I didn't know what this one was, but there you have it. Now that very much is like the Chariot. You can see she is moving forward at speed. They are moving forward at speed into this new beginning. You know, you can see the lines behind her, so there's no stopping her. She's moving forward. Granted, she is coming into her front a little bit more, but that is because she's moving at such a pace. And she has her head up, so this is a positive, stepping forwards, become something new. So that's like the butterfly, like the transformation. In a new relationship, be somebody new. In this new relationship that you're going to foster, is the word I'm hearing. Allow it to be new. Allow it to be fresh. Allow yourself to be different. You don't have to be the same person you were in previous relationships. Be different. You know, a new relationship should have a new you. You know, no one stays the same. So let's read what it says. And I think then we'll be done. Oh no, one colour card and then we'll be done. So the Priestess in this card moves to the right, which is the future, with great speed and purpose. Wings of light and vibrating waves of rainbow energy propel her forward. Get ready for this card. Heralds magnificent and colourful changes coming your way. Well, we know that there is change occurring. A powerful time of personal transition, perhaps even total transfiguration is upon you. So as well, when you go into a new relationship or into a new life stage, you might want to, you know, lose a bit of weight or put on a bit of weight if you're too slim. You might want to buy new clothes or get your hair done. You might want to try a new lippy, try a new blush, try something different, wear a new scent. So it's asking you to transform, as well as your mind and your psychic senses and your, leaving behind past traumas and therapies and all of that. Become something new, you know, dress different, be different. Your energy is different now. You're different. So a powerful time of personal transition, perhaps even total transfiguration is upon you. Your spirit is working from within to bring radical shifts in your attitude and energy. Old feelings of being stuck will drop away with every step forward you take. The shift can be so significant that it could redefine you and reveal the essential nature of your soul. Even your appearance may change. Just said that. On a practical level, something you're working on might just be taking off, or this may mark an accelerated external move, sudden change of a personal residence, or even an unexpected work location, or I would say a move into this new relationship, a stepping forward into redefining this friendship as something else perhaps. When this card appears in your spread, make sure you take note of which others are laid on each side. These cards could indicate some specific details about the types of changes on the horizon. Be open to these and new adventures. Definitely a new adventure. So on either side, so you've got the clairvoyance, you've got the intuition, you've got the visualizing, the seeing, you know, what is being presented to you, what are you receiving, what are you getting in telepathy-wise, what's coming in that's saying, go for this, and then go for it at speed, waste no time. And it says, what is on the other side of it? I'll just take the top one. Grateful optimism, joyous view of the future. So that's a very positive card. So that's about, and here we have again the stork, and it's two, so it's two coming together. Fascinating. And I don't know if you can see this, but right in the center you've got the butterfly, the transformation. So this is all linked, and I don't even know what a lot of these cards are, because I haven't used them that much, so I haven't learnt each picture. I haven't seen them all. I've only seen a few of them, so that matches perfectly. So I am going to give you one color card, and then that is it. We are done. So I might do a quick channel while it's still bright. I'm loving these bright days. These long, light-filled days are my favorite. Sometimes it's nice, you know, when it comes to winter and it gets dark and you want to be inside and cozy and it's that retreat and that hibernation. But oh my goodness, as an artist, when the light is long, it is wonderful because it allows you to work a lot more for longer, and you're not restricted by time in such a way. So like now it's 5:30 and I'm still recording, and this could not have happened a couple of months ago. So this is great. So can we have one colour for this adventurer who is going to go off and ask somebody for a date? One colour, please. One colour, please, from the colour cards. I'm not going to take that because that's the same as last week. So I'm going to see if we can have another one. Although if you want to come up again, by all means. Let's just do one card, please. One colour card. And this is from The Secret Language of Colour by Ina Segal. Sorry, I just have it over there. Ooh, thank you. So one card has jumped out. Oops. And it is Azure. Protect yourself. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing outside now, even though we don't have any clouds. It is blue and the sun is radiating in. It is that beautiful, intense light. And this is the colour of the months that we're moving into. This beautiful blue. And it's 3 and 6, which is 9. 9 is completion. 3, 6, 9, magic numbers. Okay, so it says protect yourself. So that's interesting. Kind of a little bit different to what we were getting. We were getting go forward, gung-ho, no waiting, like keep going. And this card says, let's hold it so you can look at it. I think that works better as well. Azure purifies your aura and strengthens your connection to the divine, leading you to discover your truth and empowering you to make important life choices. So that's interesting. This is an important life choice. This is a big choice. You're making a big statement. You're making a big commitment. You're changing your life by stepping forward into this new thing. So it's leading you to discover your truth and empowering you to make this life choice. Immerse yourself with azure rays to protect yourself from negative, dense energies and to find your center. So while we're making changes, not everyone is going to be happy with our change. Not everybody is going to be happy with our decisions or who we decide to be with. And so there can be negativity thrown at us for that. But also sometimes people don't like us doing very well. Sometimes people don't like when we are asked out or when someone is interested in us. People can get jealous. And so this is to protect yourself from that. I know you think that that might be a bit mad in this world, that, you know, why would anybody get jealous of you? But it does happen. You know, if somebody takes an interest in you and someone has a problem with that, they can have this jealousy and retain this jealousy because their focus or their situation in life is different now because you're not maybe available anymore in whatever regard. And find your center, just like I was breathing at the beginning. Drop down into the belly. Find your center, find your core. Stabilize here. Surround yourself in this blue light, which blue can be Archangel Michael as well, which is the great protector and the person who gives you courage. It says, breathe in azure rays of light to feel safe and secure, imagining an azure bubble of light that surrounds and protects you. Say, I ask divine healing light to surround me with love, peace, and healing. Please bar any dense energy from entering my space and affecting me. Thank you. do this for yourself and your loved ones whenever you would like some added protection. So I do this all the time. You can surround yourself in a bubble of light, in a blue bubble. I have a YouTube channel, and one of them has a psychic egg mention at the end of it, and that's like a protective bubble, like a protective egg that you can put around you. And you can also ask it to be around your family. You can just say, please surround them in a protective bubble, please surround them in a protective bubble. So I do that a lot. And anytime you feel that you need that added protection, just call in Archangel Michael and say, Archangel Michael, surround me in your protective bubble. And it does help. And it connects you to that divine light, allows that divine light to surround you and protect you, and almost keep all the chaos outside. So you're protected, you're in this bubble. And then move forward and bring your person into your bubble. Bring your person with you into your bubble. And then just the other card, let's see what's on the bottom. Yeah, bronze. So it's strengthening your body, which is 5. 1 and 4 is 5, which is change. Kind of looks like a bit of a 6-pack. So there might be a time to kind of get fit, get that new look going, go to the gym, do some running, get out there, get active. You don't know who you might meet. You might meet new friends. You might meet someone really, really important. I'm going to leave that there just in hope that this records, because sometimes it drops off after an hour. I can't believe I've been going that long. So I will, or maybe it's half an hour I've been going, I can't remember. No, it's an hour. So I'll see you again very soon. Have a great week. Happy Easter. Have a wonderful Easter, and hopefully I'll be able to catch up with you after the weekend. So enjoy yourselves, eat lots of chocolates, and have a fun one. Take care, like, share, subscribe, yada yada.